Our natural probiotic is now available in powder form in addition to our capsules, so that you may now do a nasal flush or colon enema using beneficial, correct bacteria strains.
He's recommending people put this up their nose? Oh, what a fucking retard. There's literally no evidence that these probiotic supplements do anything beneficial. Fair bit that they're actually harmful. And most of these bacterial strains, the only reason they're in probiotic supplements is purely because they're cheap to make. And they're often contaminated.
You know, if you were using iodine, hydrogen peroxide, or any sort of antiseptic, even antibiotics, to clear out your nasal cavity or colon, you can only do that for so long before seeing negative effects. And this is something you probably also want to do even after you flushed out with iodine or whatever you're using, even if it's just water, to put that beneficial bacteria back. So although it
Yeah, you do not want to put this up your nose.
is nice to have capsules during meals, this can be used in all types of applications, whether it's to flush out parts of your body or even to, sneak this into some yogurt, give it to your pets. Can even be
You do not want to give this to your pets.
used on the farm for animal feed, organ supplements.
Frank is genuinely retarded.
All right, I didn't realize how many people were considering this, so let me be honest and objective here and explain my reasoning. It takes 10 plus years of medical training just to become a doctor, and then dozens of years of plastic surgery practice and training to become, a good plastic surgeon. This kid did his first procedure several months ago. We're experimenting. This is 100% experimental. Maybe you could argue if he focuses on this and only does this, that 5, 6, 7 years from now, he would have some good results and it's an option. But as of right now, absolutely not. And the main concern I have is the amount of metal, titanium ounces he's putting in people's faces. That has to be removed or you're going to have lifelong health complications. So in future videos...
Right, the medical expert is telling us this.
Maybe I'll talk about what I would have done differently and some options, but this is definitely not my first choice.
This is coming from the guy who got a very risky procedure for no fucking reason.
Should have gone to giant.
What a retard.
Should have gone to giant implants. Yeah, bro, at least I'm still alive. They would have sent me back in a casket from Turkey. So me going to the most famous and well-known oculoplastic surgeon in the United States is a worse option than some 27-year-old kid 3D printing implants in his mom's basement, getting some Turkish butcher surgeons to put them in your face. This is what the morons on these looks-maxing forums promote. Like, it's actually comical. And this guy, Giant Implants, doesn't have any reasonable before and after photos. He's just like, give me, $20, $30, $40,000, come to Turkey and we'll put implants in your face. No photo or video evidence. The kid is younger than me, not a plastic surgeon, probably couldn't get any American surgeons to do this crazy stuff. I hope these comments aren't serious because I've seen multiple of them.
I don't know why he's making videos about a surgeon from Turkey, but okay.
If you guys have watched any of my day of eatings, you've seen my white bean puree. We've finally made it, and it's available on frankiesfreerangemeat.com. We might also have it on frankiesfreerangefoods.com. This is all organic ingredients, organic cannellini beans, glass bottle mineral water, organic macadamia nut butter, organic lemon juice, and organic garlic, filtered sea salt, highest quality hummus, puree, whatever you want.
That sounds like it would taste like shit.
Want to call it on the market, and it's made with the most minimally inflammatory ingredients from the cannellini bean.
He really likes to say that all the time, minimally inflammatory.
Being the best for digestion, macadamia nut butter being the highest quality fat, fresh squeezed lemon juice, and the filtered sea salt. This isn't actually $15. I thought we were going to put it in a bigger jar. It's going to be about half that price. It has a very smooth texture because we pass it through a sieve after pureeing it. This tastes like any other hummus. Hint of garlic, nice texture, great with bread.
That is retarded.
Crispy dried beef is now available on frankiesfreerangefoods.com. We've been selling the meat granola for a few years now. This is the meat that goes into that. So if you just want plain beef with nothing added, not even salt, this is a pretty nice snack because the meat is all dried out and it has a low water content. It really concentrates the flavor of the meat, so you don't need salt. It's nice, crispy, crunchy, and
who the fuck would eat that?
most of them are vacuum sealed, but whenever you're vacuum sealing this type of product, it usually breaks, but we still have, all the air removed. It's as fresh as possible, and we have plenty of this available for you guys. We might do some type of giveaway on the meat website for this so you guys can try it out, but if you've liked the meat granola and you want something to fit more into your diet, less carbs, less sugar, this is a nice treat on the go. And
this guy is just absolutely deranged.
so there were a lot of videos about the migrant crisis in New York City last year, and in one of them, the guy was pointing out everyone, military-age man, military-age man, military-age man, and it's really sketchy that the government would spend money on anything because of how difficult it is for us to get money for anything. The IRS is like the most ruthless organization anyone thinks of. You can't get Social Security, you can't get disability, you can't get food stamps, you can't get subsidized housing. The government is so stingy, it's unfathomable to think that they would actually give money to migrants. Also unfathomable to think they would give billions of
It's extremely easy to apply for benefits. He's lying.
dollars to like Ukraine and stuff, but I think all this stuff is fake, and these migrants are actually going to be used as mercenaries in the upcoming New World Order scheme. And this is the only reasonable possibility, knowing how the government acts and behaves with its money.
He thinks the government is going to hire Mexicans to overthrow the world?
These evil people that want to control you would not spend a dime on anything unless it benefited them in some way. So these people in power believe in ordo ab chaos, order from
my
chaos.
God.
I'm guessing that's Latin, and this goes back thousands and thousands of years because they've used this technique, essentially a war strategy, to reset civilizations. They bring in the chaos and restore order. None of this is natural, it's all orchestrated. They could use these migrants to terrorize New York City to the point where New York City residents will give up any and all freedoms just to have normalcy, just to have food, water, shelter, safety. They'll give up everything for a police state. Hey, government, step in, bring the military, bring the National Guard, bring the police. Whatever you have to do, I want these people out. So seeing how the government behaves, seeing how society is, to me, this is the only reason why they would bring these migrants in the first place. These migrants are essentially hired weapons of the state, and whatever they're doing, training them, whatever, all these migrants are, swear oaths.
By the way, Frank is Italian. He comes from an Italian family that immigrated.
Secrecy, they're in these groups.
That immigrated to the U.S. Is he part of the New World Order Illuminati scheme? Like, what?
Groups, they're being compensated and paid. Maybe their families are being compensated. They're doing this for a better life for themselves. Imagine. These migrants are living in such poor conditions in their country. They would go to another country, sacrifice themselves, war, whatever, do evil acts, just so that their family at home or their future life has better chances. So it's, I guess it's always a matter of the higher bidder, right? Because people don't have the objective perspective of how life is in a lot of different countries, and that there are people that will do whatever, just have a fraction of what you have right now.
Frank is just completely lost it. That's hilarious how he's going insane. C to G donated $2, no problem. Just went through something similar.